Hello, and welcome to this week's Profit Maximizer Moment. I don't know why that first line is always the hard one for me. Anyways, take two. Hello, and welcome to this week's Profit Maximizer Moment. This show is dedicated to helping business owners dramatically improve their bottom line with our weekly profit maximizing tips that you can use now. I'm your host and coach, Wayne Bilal. I'm also the founder of a local CPA firm that works with business owners to help them make more money and keep more of it from the IRS. I do that with our profit coaching programs and with our tax planning systems, which has saved my clients over well over $8 million now. I haven't kept track, all legally. I love my clients, like I say every week, but I don't wish to share it also with them. Today, we're going to be talking about why it's so important to set up a credit line before you need it. All right. But first, support for today's show comes from Profit Maximizing Publisher, which published my book, The 90-Day Profit Reset, which shows you how to gain your independence from reduced cash flow, shrinking margins, and an evaporating customer base. In this book, you will find chapter after chapter, idea after idea about how you can turn around your business and reset your profits from red to black in 90 days or fewer. Even entrepreneurs who are making money will benefit from my book by learning how to make even more money. This thing is a gold mine, actually. And we're going to be doing a course on it pretty shortly. So if you want to be in on it, pay attention because I'll be announcing it here. Anyways, can you believe February 1st? Wow, years flying. All right. But as you know, it feels like New Year's was just yesterday and about 3 months ago. That's the craziness of time. But you need to keep working on your business, and that's key. And every business owner knows that having cash is important. They also know that cash coming in doesn't always match up with the cash going out. You work for somebody, you're getting a paycheck. It's coming in like this, maybe with small balances, maybe getting a refund, you get a little more. You're in a business, your sales do this. Let's go the other way. But your cash goes that way. It's not even, all right? This is especially true for startup businesses or seasonal businesses. Let's say you're florist. They're having their biggest week, biggest month of the year is February. Okay. Valentine's, guys, if you forget, don't forget. Anyways, line of credits help you meet the natural fluctuations in cash you'll encounter when you own a business. Establishing a line of credit will allow you to advertise for a sale, stock up your inventory, or pay your employees if you're a service business, collect your receivables. This process can easily take 60 to 90 days. That's why I spend so much time on the cash procedures, making sure we go from beginning to end and how to speed it up. It's even in the book, well worth looking at. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you where it's at. I think it's in one of the appendixes. I should have done this ahead of time, but this is live, so you get stuck with me. Anyways, let's see if I can find it. It's Appendix 1. Silly me. 17 ways to improve your cash conversion cycle. Appendix 1. That's how important it is, all right? You're out of cash, you're out of business. And it basically talks about how to improve, and the faster you improve it, the more sales you can do with the same amount of working capital. And because I think it's that important, Appendix 2 has 82 tricks to find and keep cash in your business. So we're talking about ways, and these are my coaching checklists that I literally stuck in the back of the book. It's on Kindle for under $5. I like the paperback version. Whenever I buy a book, I'll look at it on Kindle. If I like it, I order the paperback version so I can write in it. I don't think I have. I took it home. There's a book I liked, and I've marked it and put tabs on it, like these, and just so I can find things. So I think it's well worth it. But I mean, what you're looking like, line of credits help you with that, okay? And establishing a line of credit, because remember, while you're waiting to get paid, your employees expect to get paid. Your landlord wants their rent, and vendors expect to be paid. A line of credit gives you the cash you need until the cash you are owed shows up at the end of the sales process. Better yet, one of the things I say is get prepayments. A lot of times that makes the whole difference, all right? Often see businesses that are doing well but are looking at expanding or taking on a big contract. It's possible to literally grow your business right out of bankruptcy. Let's look at a contractor, for example, that I worked with and did good. $50,000 job, did well. Cost $25,000. They could handle that. They did well, so the GC, the general contractor, kicked them a $200,000 contract. Now it's $100,000 out of their pocket, roughly. I'm keeping it simple. Still managed to make that, but they're still collecting from the first guy. Then they got a $500,000 job, and now they became the farmer. Nobody got paid except their employees until they collected. Well, suppliers don't like that. The banks are uncomfortable. Your general contractor is nervous because you're not paying your subs until he gets paid. So how do you handle it? Well, you go to your bank and find a bank that does what's called contract funding. And basically what they're doing, even if you're a new company, if you got a large contract from like the local school district or an Air Force base or something, an Army base around here, the bank is not lending technically to you. They're lending to the owner of the project, which is usually somebody that has money, but they're giving it to you. But the collateral is that job. So they're, you got to jump through a few hoops. You're going to give them, the pay schedule and when you're going to get paid. And every bank does a little different. Some will insist on joint checks. What that means is when the GC pays you or the owner pays you, it's made out to the bank and you. The bank then takes theirs. How's this help you though? Because you can advance against that line of credit to pay for supplies, materials, and labor. And some of them do half the profit. I don't really like taking that, okay, unless you really need it. Usually you just want to cover your costs. But what it allows you to do is to pay your bills on time, more importantly, and to take larger contracts. Okay. So look at that. But even if you're not in the contracting, having a general line of credit, if you depending on what you need, just to tide you over. All right. Maybe all you need is a $25,000 line of credit, or 10,000 even. Get whatever the bank will give you, use it and pay it. That's important to pay it back. Okay. You should start talking to your banker about setting up a line of credit long before you need it. In fact, you should check with your banker sometimes before you start business and start that arrangement. But at least talk to them. Now, one of the problems is you're usually going to have to be in business for 2 years. You're usually going to need to have 2 good profitable years before the bank's really going to give it to you. Now, the SBA might be something, but they tend to be slow and kind of expensive, but that may be where you go. That's why new businesses, 80 to 85% of them are financing with credit cards. Don't be afraid to do that. Pay them as fast as you can, but don't be afraid to do that. Your credit, like I said, it should be good, and you must have a history of process. I tend to read these to make sure I don't miss something and realize I did it all. Talk about contract financing. Okay. Once you get the credit line, use it and repay it promptly, even if you don't need it. If you got a $10,000 credit line because that's all you can get to start with, borrow against it within 30, 60 days, pay it back. Do it a couple, 3 times. And then at the end of the year, ask for it to be increased. Show that you're making money, or here's your profit statement. Let's try to make more. Let's just a safety net is all it is. But what I hate is, and I see it, it's like, yeah, I got a credit line of $75,000, but I haven't used it in years. No, you don't have a credit line because it's called dormant and it's probably been closed. Now, you can probably get it open again, but it's a hassle as opposed to keeping it open. And until next time, this is Wayne Blau saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. And God bless. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you then. Bye. See you next week. Have a great